Someone asked, how can I get proper connections to pro football teams? I'm going to speak from my own experience and how I was able to train with professional teams in the two countries that I use this method on, which are Brazil and Japan. But of course, this method works with any country you want to play in. Now, step 0, you got to be ready for that trial. Now, I know this sounds obvious, but you'll be surprised with how many people actually just send emails or contact teams and they actually reply to them and then they're not prepared because a team can ask for you to go and show up like in a few days. So only actually use this method if you're at the peak of your game and you're ready for that pressure and that professional opportunity. And of course, there's always unforeseen circumstances like injuries and last minute cancellations, but you have to do the best that you can with what you can control. So nutrition, sleep, all that stuff, training at the top of your game. Now, step 1, of course, you got to pick a good country that you want to play in. You'll be surprised if you do research on how many countries and leagues there are around the world. So don't limit yourself to just, oh, I want to play in Europe or this and that. There's so many opportunities out there. You just have to put the effort in and do your research. Now, once you found a country that you think would be nice to play in and that you want to give a shot contacting teams, you're going to use the power of the internet to do research on the leagues and teams of professional divisions in that country. I know this sounds obvious, but there are so many websites out there that you can, like Transfer Market, that you can go and filter all the leagues and professional teams in that specific country. You're going to go and find all the contact information. Now, this doesn't mean just emails, but phone numbers, websites, social media accounts, LinkedIn accounts. Make a whole spreadsheet and put all that info in for that specific country's leagues and teams, and then organize it so it's neat. I'm going to make another video more in depth on my YouTube, probably a long form video on exactly how I organize all this. So make sure to follow me and like this video. If you made it this far, I know you're serious about this. Now, the research is the most tedious part, right? And you just got to sit down and pull through, all right? Because that's the kind of work that football players don't want to talk about is, the hours you got to spend, researching and contacting people. But if you can pull through that, you want it bad enough and something good will happen with the efforts that you put in. So now you got your spreadsheet with all the leagues and every team in those professional leagues, all the way to the bottom, Division 5, barely professional, semi-pro, however low you want to go. You're going to make yourself a nice CV, like a one for your jobs, right? Your resume. But instead of, all your experience of work and college and all that, you're going to put all the teams you've played for, all your stats, your bio, personal attributes, languages, weak foot, all that stuff. Next step, you're going to make your highlight video. You should already have one, but if you don't, put together a couple clips, 4 to 5 minute long video of all your best moments. Throw in some music in there and make it so that your best clips are at the beginning to your worst clips, but you shouldn't have any bad clips. And then you're going to throw your CV, a picture of your CV for the first 5-10 seconds at the beginning of your video. You got your spreadsheet, you got your CV, you got your highlight video with your CV in it. You're going to craft a well-written, short to medium message about yourself and your playing career. Now, this is important, but don't beg. You have to have confidence and sell your skills without the need for begging. Throw in a line about yourself, why you fit that specific team. Of course, you don't have to change the message for every team, but, have a draft where you can easily replace certain words depending on the team you're going to send it to. And then you are literally, once you have all these things combined, going to Hail Mary every single team on that contact list that you made on the spreadsheet with that template, the email template, on every social media account. You're just going to send. With the video, your CV, and that message. Contact every possible means of that club has of getting reached out to. You're going to spam them on every platform. Now, I don't mean send multiple messages to the same club on the same medium, but of course, for whatever club, let's say Real Madrid, right? Email them, send it through their LinkedIn if they got one, or any personnel that you could find that has a LinkedIn, and their social media accounts, of course. 9 times out of 10, they're going to reply with their email, but this is where you're going to be sending hundreds of messages on every platform that you can. Even WhatsApp is great. If you can find a WhatsApp number of the club or anyone in it, that has a high reply rate. But you really can't get discouraged, all right? You're going to put in hours sending this message to as many clubs and people involved in those clubs as you can. And trust me, it takes a lot of time, but it pays off and you will get replies. You'll probably get like one reply out of every 100 messages you send. And then maybe out of every 10 messages you get, you'll have one yes. But that's really all you need. Now, if this sounded obvious, that's because it kind of is. But people don't want to put in the work to doing the boring stuff, putting all that hours researching and then sending emails, messages, hundreds of messages. But that's really all you got to do to make your network grow and expand your opportunities. Send those messages. If you made it this far into the video, I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment, a like, and save this video. Drop me a follow if you want more football related videos or help, and I'll reply to every comment. Now get back to training, start researching those teams, and start sending those emails. I believe in you.